How hungry are you to become financially free and springboard the way we were programmed to trade time for money and utilize your situation by being better at what you do? We live in the land of freedom, yes? In North America, and some of you are in Western societies that are essentially the same thing, is where we all have this amazing chance to be financially free, to create what we want, to add value in the marketplace, and to live this life of freedom. Yet check out the statistics. According to the Association of Young Americans, 50% of people working today can't make ends meet. Over 70% of people are like paycheck to paycheck. And still, even though there's double the number of billionaires in the last 10 years, only 3% of the households are millionaires. The average millionaire is 62 years old. Only 1% of the population are millionaires below the age of 35. So what's missing? Why is it so difficult for people to get to this place? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. If you look at the definition for freedom, I'm going to give you two definitions. Number one is security. Let's say you earn $50,000 a year and you spend $50,000 a year. It's 50 grand that it takes for you to have come in passively through a cash flowing asset. What's a cash flowing asset? Real estate, stocks, or businesses. These are things that generate cash flow without you having to be there day in and day out. So here's the deal. That's the first level, is to get you to your 50,000 or whatever you're spending currently right now. The second one is for you to decide what's your epic life. Do you want to earn 100, 200,000 a year so that you can live a lifestyle where you're totally out there doing what you want, when you want, how you want? So how do we get you to a place where you have 20 or 30,000 dollars coming in a month, whether you're working or not? That's what we're shooting for. And I'm going to give you the 3 simple steps right here today that you can take to take control of your life and get them back. But before I do that, I want to just explain to you why you are where you are. When you were a little kid, you got this little piggy bank. Do you remember? And in that piggy bank, you put your little coins, and your grandma gave you some money, and your parents, and go put it in your piggy bank and do what? Save it up for what? What were you saving it up for? To buy some cash flowing assets? I don't think so. You saved it up so one day you could smash it and you could go buy yourself something. The age of consumerism started when you were just a little kid. And then what happened when you went to school? You're a teenager and one day you came to your parents and you said, I would like to have some spending money to go out with my friends. And they said to you, well, if that's the case, do I look like an ATM machine? No, you need to go out and get yourself a job. J-O-B, just over broke. So you went out and got a job and you started to learn, whether you worked at McDonald's flipping burgers or at the ice cream stand, that if you would exchange time for money, you could get a little bit of something. And so you got a job. And then you were at school and they told you that if you work hard and get good grades, then one day you're going to be able to get a good job. Go to college, maybe get a good education, good job, and you'll be secure, you'll be safe. But you know, at the end of the day, trading time for money doesn't make you free. It just gives you an opportunity to survive, to barely get by. And because we're taught to buy so many things, the cars and the consumer products and apps and everything's so easy with Amazon.com today, we're stuck in this cycle. And that really, really pisses me off. So I want to give you the 3 steps that you can do that are going to change your life forever if you choose to take on this assignment. So step number 1 is get in the habit of adding massive value wherever you go. Your job, whatever it is, show up early, stay late, take the overtime, take the jobs on, and eventually they won't be able to do without you. You're going to get the promotions, you're going to get the raises. So number 1, add massive value wherever you go. Get in the habit of doing that. Number 2, you want to double down and double up. Can you imagine if you're working 40 hours a week and you're making 50,000, you got a second job or a side hustle and you can make another 50,000? How much could you save and pour into your cash flowing assets? How much real estate could you buy? How many stocks could you own? And besides, when you're working 80 or 90 hours a week, like everybody has that's been super successful, trust me, I've gone through those periods of times, and so does Elon Musk, and so does Steve Jobs, and all these people did it. You know it. You're not gonna get financially free working 40 hours a week. It ain't gonna happen, okay? Great athletes work way more than that. Everybody does. So you double down and you double up. The third thing you do is you slash your expenses. And there's 4 major categories: your rent or mortgage, your food, your car or transportation, and your discretionary spending, entertainment and things like that. Now, if you know the story, when I was 25, I bankrupted a restaurant and I moved to Quebec City, and I bought myself a shitbox $200 car that was rusted outdoors. I moved into the basement of a lady's house. She rented a room, and I got a side job hustle parking cars at the Hotel de Gouverneur. While my other friends were pulling up in their BMWs and taking weekends off with their free passes that we got from the airlines, I told the dispatcher I'll take on all their shifts. I worked extra shifts, overtime, and I even drove my car to the airport. Remember, it was like that last mile or half a mile down. I turned the car off to save a couple of pennies of gas. What are you willing to do? How badly do you want to get these cash flowing assets so you can be free? While they were all enjoying themselves and having fun, I got promotion after promotion. In a year and a half, I was running the entire department with a raise and more responsibility. I would eat on the plane. I would take food home that was left over and cut my food expenses at home. I would park cars and get tips and make more money. And before I knew it, I found my first real estate deal, because I was doubling down, adding value, slashing expenses. $200 in the basement room. I didn't have any other expenses. I was saving 70 to 80% of what I was earning, and I was putting it into cash flowing assets. How much are you putting into your cash flowing assets? How much do you want to put into your cash flowing assets? How hungry are you to become financially free and springboard the way we were programmed to trade time for money, and utilize your situation by being better at what you do and working harder and digging in? And by the way, when you work 80 hours, 90 hours a week, you do not have time to spend the money, which was a blessing. And I did that for a short period of time, and guess what? Got my first piece of real estate, then my second and third before I was 30 years old. And you can do it too. It just depends on how hungry you are. Now, the second part to this story goes with this: is we all have a money and success blueprint. If you're not where you want to be financially, why not? Because garbage in, garbage out. If you're not thinking like a millionaire, then you're not acting like a millionaire, and you're not getting the result of a millionaire. How do you know? You look at your bank account. You look at how much money is coming in. So the second piece of this equation is your mindset. We have to start teaching you to think like a millionaire. And in this book, Your Epic Life Blueprint, I denote the 10 things that helped me become a millionaire. The 10 habits, the ways that you think, and the ways that you execute. Let's get your mindset where it needs to get. If I could go from farm boy to financially free, you guys can go from wherever you are to financially free too. Let me show you the way. Let me be your street smart mentor, and let's make it happen. You can take control of your financial freedom just like I did. Slash your expenses. Rent a room in your house, move into something smaller, downgrade your car. I don't know what you need to do or what you want to do or what you can do, but I've done all of this, not just once, but when I lost all my money when I was 30 years old, I started all over again, back with the shitbox car, back living in a small little rental, and you build it back. The formula is the same. The math doesn't lie. We want to get our money working hard for us. First, you work hard for your money, and then your money works hard for you. And that way, we rock your money and we rock your life.